Hello and welcome back to another installment of PokeFodder, where today is Monday, the start of a new week, and we do have a new banner coming out on March 1. I'm actually most likely not going to be able to do a video on what the updates are because I am headed out of the country late tonight, and then I'll be gone for 7 or 8 days. Who knows, with travel, blah, 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 blah. But nonetheless, there are plenty of people that you can watch for YouTube videos and content on any updates between now and then. Stay at Home Dad, Rico, Giggity Gaming, Showtime, Kahinkyo, K-Dub are all ones that immediately come to mind. If you want to head to my Discord, you can check out my Discord. I do have it's hashtag PDTV for Pokemon Duel TV, where people post up their new content. If you want to check that out, if you want to check it out anyways, because there is a lot of really nice content, maybe you'll find someone else that you like a lot and subscribe to them as well. But the Gym Cup is over. I did nothing in the Gym Cup. I had like 4 wins and 5 wins and 2 wins and 3 wins, and then I went ahead and started using Supa's deck, is what you see here, and I actually picked up my 3rd ever Invincible Trophy, and on top of that, I pulled out of my 11-win booster, I pulled 2 EXs. I pulled a Scizor and a Gardevoir, which I've never pulled an EX anything out of a gym booster, so to get 2 of them was absolutely amazing. Definitely okay with that, and I actually ended up rattling off 18 straight wins before the event ended. And since I already had the 30-win trophy and the Invincible Trophy, there was really no reason for me to spend any gems to try to get a 2nd Invincible Trophy. As you see, I finished in 132nd place and picked up a new hairstyle for my efforts. Briefly want to touch on the new Silver Moon Hall is now available. And this is the uncommon and only, the uncommon and under only. And my best advice is just don't play. I honestly have not played the Silver Moon Hall. I'm not going to play this one. So this will make the 3rd straight Silver Moon Hall that I don't even play a single match in. And I do that because the Swablues and the Stuffles, quite honestly, I don't know how to beat those. Maybe you guys can in the comments below or on my Discord can chime in on how to actually beat those. If you watched Rico's live stream a couple of days ago, he went back and watched my very first video based on my YouTube channel, since I did just celebrate the 1-year anniversary. And this right here is the deck that I was running. I'm not sure if the plates are the same. In fact, I know they're not, because there's an X speed in here, and X speed wasn't a thing. And I have 8 slots instead of just the 6. But I was running this deck right here in a room match, and I came across the same deck, the 3 Swablues, and 3 Stuffles. And my Reuniclus, which hits for 120, was doing, I believe, 30 damage. And the good thing was I was able to confuse the Stuffles so that all they'd roll is miss. But if I have a figure that's hitting for 120 but it's actually only registering 30 damage, I don't think, well, nothing outside of like Tropius that I know of, maybe a Zangoose, hit for 120 or higher, which means even if your Stuffles are confused because you're running, I don't know, say you're running Vibrava or you're running Phantom, and you confuse the Stuffles, they're not, your figures still aren't hitting hard enough to register any damage, even when the opponent hits miss. So honestly, I have no idea how to counter that, and for 15 Carbonite, it doesn't seem worth the trouble to me. So there you go. But what I want to do is, I actually thought this was kind of funny. Rico, like I said, Rico showed my very first video, And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into a room match. I will make it public, so whoever wants to join can join. And I'm gonna set up 5 minutes, and I'm gonna run my old school deck. I've actually toyed with going ahead and taking my Reuniclus up to level 5 on all 3. I have the ingots to do it. And just seeing, like, is this deck viable? You drop some Carbonite in here? I don't know, Greninja, the gold, if you put in Carbonite, you know, you're more likely to hit it at least twice than you are to only hit it once, which is nice, especially with so much purple in the meta today. And then, you know, the Water Circuit has the ability to respin the opponent next to it. A lot of times people will have Lunala next to something else that is rocking a sizable purple, or you know, a Sableye next to something with a sizable purple, and you could get a 2-for-1 kill. Now, it's not going to happen often, but it definitely could happen. The chances of it happening are greater than 0, I would definitely say. And then you've got the Reuniclus. Confuse is still a really nice status effect. Lugia, I don't really know how Lugia fits into all that other than the 4-star purple. Bench your opponent, that's kind of counterintuitive at this point, because if you confuse your opponent, you actually don't want to send them back to the bench so that they clear out their confusion. But, you know, this is the deck that I was running, and then Shuppet has been completely outclassed by Tapu Koko, although with a sizable Will-O-Wisp, Shuppet is decent at best. And I do have the evolution set from Shuppet into the net. As soon as I find an opponent here, I don't know that anybody is going to play in a room match, just based on the fact that we have the Silver Moon Hall, but we'll just wait and see. Okay, so we do have an opponent who has decided to join in their game. They are making their final selection on what deck they would like to run. You never know what you're going to get in these room matches. They range from 4,000 down to like 100. So I don't know if this is Nikki or Nikkei. He's running a legit deck. I saw Terrakion, I saw Lunala, Mew, Cobaling, Coco. Alright. And 3,000, so let's see what we can come up with if they even want to play. Definitely want to keep my Greninja away from the Terrakion. That would not be good, and my opponent's just going to forfeit right off the bat. So there we go. That was very uneventful and not really exciting at the same time. So let's go to the hall match, and we are going to try this again. The reason why, and typically I play all of these in League for that very reason right there, is that I actually want to play, but I've been on a nice little run in League with my Ultra Beast deck, and so I'm predominantly playing too good of opponents and too good of decks for my Reuniclus probably to be effective, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so let's try one more room match and see what happens here. Okay, it does look like we're going to get another opponent. If this opponent forfeits right off the bat, I'm going to just skip over trying to find a room match and jump straight into a League match with my Ultra Beast deck. Won't know about videos for the rest of the week until I get to my final destination. I would definitely say on Tuesday there will not be a video, just because I'm going to be traveling all day. And then after that, I don't know. I might do vlog style. I don't know exactly. We're just putting everything on hold. My opponent's at 2,200, just running a dark deck. I don't anticipate them really playing, to tell you the truth. But let's see. Jump, scoop up. Okay, so they actually are going to play, which is great. We will take our first Reuniclus. Man, how many of you remember the Reuniclus days? Reuniclus is a lot different than it used to be. It used to be when these things first came out, for every Reuniclus I had, period, as long as they weren't the PC, I could respin. That was one of the first things to go, is when they nerfed that down to, they have to be on the board, and then you can only respin whenever it's your turn to attack. They used to be able to respin. Games would take forever back in the day. I'm actually just going to jump straight up here with my Greninja and front up against this Mewtwo. That chain level 2 is not bad. Is that level 5? Level 5 chain level 2 is not a bad Mewtwo. And then I'm gonna take my Lugia, and he's gonna run goalie for me, I believe. We do have the Honchkrow in here. Let's see if my opponent has already run just a couple. And finally, I'm gonna bring out my third Reuniclus. So now I can respin 3 times for each time I attack. I'm gonna go ahead and attack here, and Reuniclus drops a miss right off the bat. 2 misses right off the bat. This isn't starting off really well, and then we're gonna lose that roll. So yeah, Reuniclus coming up anti-clutch with 2 misses right off the bat. Pretty tough decision here from my opponent. He does want to go ahead and use that Switchblade. Bring out the figure. I'm actually going to just jump up here, and we will max survive. And we're going to try that again into something. Just playing super defensive, which is fine. It's just a rematch. We'll bring this guy back out. If the Reuniclus are within 2 spaces of each other, then their Brain Link is going to add 50 to their damage, which is why I hit for the 104 or whatever it was. My opponent doesn't attack here. I'm going to take Shut It and go for the easy surround and set up a victory here. I'm threatening their goal. My guess is they will most likely cover up their goal. That's what they should do, and then I will be able to easily surround Mewtwo. Shuppet. Man, back in the day, Shuppet was just so good. It was too good, actually. And another miss. So the old figures are still playing the same as they always have. I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Greninja here. Hope to land the gold into purple. That is perfect. And now, because I want to keep my Reuniclus within 2 spaces of each other, I'm going to try the slow march down the board. Most likely take Reuniclus here, just up 1 to keep the Brain Link intact. Then I'll move the other one up, and then I'll go for the entry point, which my opponent is going to take. And once I get this Reuniclus up to here, then I can move this one forward as well. We'll end our turn there. You know, for a long time, even after the Reuniclus were nerfed, somebody was running level 10, C-level 10 Reuniclus in League play, or in Gym Cups. And I feel like they're actually you know, they can still be good. It takes a lot more strategy and patience. But I feel like they can actually still be a decent deck. Go ahead and take this around there. I'm going to have to break up my Brain Link here, because I definitely want to close off that second entry point. My opponent's going to close it off for me, which is fine. Draco Meteor, this isn't that bad, because I have to spend 70 white. Wait, oh, or miss. gotta read the fine print. It's white or miss, so Reuniclus was actually going to get kiboshed there. We'll go ahead and attack here. For that Cyclone. I really wish Lugia would get, I think 70 is just pretty bad. I think Lugia could be a really nice figure. It just doesn't get the love that it deserves or needs. Man, that Cyclone is good. If you can get on a streak of hitting Cyclone, that's such a... Like, I guess in today's game, it may not be that great, because the era is landing curse markers, and Cyclone is actually going to erase those markers. But, you know, you don't always want to cycle out your opponent's Pokemon. Sometimes sending them to the bench is the preferred option. Maybe I stand corrected. Maybe 70 is good enough. A lot of figures have alternate attacks. And that is going to be game over. So the deck still has it. I'm definitely not going to run it into League play anytime soon. But I don't know. Probably not worth the what would that be? That'd be just under 250,000, right around 250,000 ingots to get all three of those up to level 5. And then we're talking about like 750 Carmonite. Probably not really worth it. But you know what? If you put a Tapu Lele in there with that deck, then you've got a 4-star Confuse. The opponent's gold goes away if it's within 2. I don't know. Maybe there's a deck out there for Reuniclus. I'm going to play one league match to close out today's video. Let me know in the comments below, what is the first deck that you remember, or the first deck you have a screenshot of from when you started playing Pokemon Duel? That's the first deck I remember. Well, no, because I remember playing like Manaphy and Morel and, you know, a water deck back in the day. But that was my first video, was with that deck right there. So let me know, what's the first one you guys remember? I'm curious. The game's changed quite a bit since in the past year, obviously. And since my opponent is running 4 Swablu, typically the strat is to just pack them all up on the back line. Whatever. It's a pretty boring strat. And this is what they'll do in the UC Hall, is they'll just take all 3 and stick them right on the back line and let everything else do the attacking. I guess it's a strategy. I don't know, you know, I've not run any of the Swablus. I haven't run that deck. Like 22, that is a lot of Swablus. Take Buzzwole over here. We'll take Guzzlord over here. There, which is interesting. I'm just going to take this Nihilego up the outside lane. He's got to attack. He'll get iced. So, no worries there. March back. Continue marching up the line here. We will max revive. because I can't take over his entry point without getting surrounded. And chances are that I'm going to roll blue with my Nihilego. He does, well, he has Tropical Energy. I doubt he's going to waste it at this point. If he was going to, that should have been what he did last play. I may want to take his Tapu Koko and attack my Nihilego. That's not really going to work out for you there, buddy. Because now he is mine. 69 is probably going to do 0 damage. I'm actually okay without Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko, I wonder if the Ultra Beasts are going to get a runner. You know, for most I believe it's the fastest of all the Ultra Beasts, and it's a pseudo runner, if you will. So my hopes are not real high that we're going to get a runner for an Ultra Beast deck, which means Tapu Koko is going to have to carry the burden. I believe that is going to be the easiest round. In that turn. Again, capturing Zapdos, A-okay with. I'm not too worried about this right here. I feel like it's going to be pretty difficult for my opponents to knock out my Nihilego, simply because I'm going to roll blue so much. Guess I'm just going to go ahead and cover up my goal here. That's what my opponent wants to do. There. So I'm going to take over the entry point. See how long I can hold that down. I imagine he's going to want to move his Tapu Koko, but I don't know that for sure. He could just cover up goal with Swallow and let me press forward. As well, we will take this up here. Melee doesn't matter at all. I've got my goal covered. Just don't see him banishing his Tapu Koko over that. Most likely going to attack Koko again. I need to attack Koko here. It'd be nice to get the stun phase on the white. The miss on the dodge. If I'm going to roll a miss, dodge is where I want to go with that. My opponent has hurdle jump, goal block. I've still got all of my plates except for scoop up. I've got long throw. Oh yeah, that's one change I did make. I took out goal block for long throw. Interesting. What do we want to do about that? I should have double chanced that, actually. Should have double chanced that, because if I knocked him out, then with my Formosa I could have taken over his other entry point. And that would have been nice to have both entry points capped, one of his figures in my PC. But of course I didn't think about that. And this could be really bad news. But we rolled blue, so it's all good. I'm actually just going to do this. I'm going to set up the surround. If he doesn't move his Koko out of the way, I'm going to scoop up my Buzzwole and surround, and then I'm going to capture him, which is going to be, I gain my Tapu Koko back. Okay. So, I'm actually going to go right here, which is going to force him to move a Swablu, unless he wants to lose his Primarina. Perfect. Now, I have a double chance. I'm missing a figure. If I roll my blue, that is GG. And that's a good game. Nope, no need to respin. I will call signal back and drop him on my goal for the victory. Gotta love those Ultra Beasts and call signal. So there we go. We actually went 3-0, although one was a forfeit. But that is where I'm going to cut the video. Soteris is running numbers for monthly ranking and projections. My Discord has that. If I see it on Twitter, I will retweet it, because a lot of people like to know what they need for top 100, top 1,000, 2,000, whatever the case have you. 2416 should be plenty to get me in top 1,000 for the month. I think the projections are like 23 and change. Actually don't want to copy. But there you go. That is going to do it for today's installment. Like I said, I don't know what the rest of the week is going to bring for videos. So there's a lot of other people. If you want to get your up-to-date information on Pokemon Duel, feel free to check out their videos. I highly encourage you to support not just me, but the entire community. And that means checking out these other videos, throw them a subscribe while I am gone, and then just watch them even when I come back. They make really good content. Each one is unique in the way they approach the game from everybody else. It's one thing that I really enjoy, is new perspectives. And anyway, I've got a pack. I've got lots to do today. You guys know how it is when you're traveling. So that is going to do it for me. And I don't know when, but until next time.